Making jewelry is a great way to make use of even the tiniest scraps of wood. For these earrings, I'm going to be making a simple circle design from walnut and olive wood. I think this is an exceptionally pretty combination. The dark walnut pairs perfectly with the rich color and marble-like grain of the olive wood. I'll start by cutting these two pieces down to a slightly smaller size. Both of these woods have distinct smells when being cut and sanded. Olive wood is fine, but I have to say I like the smell of walnut a lot more. The earrings I'm making will be circles that are walnut on the top half and olive wood on the bottom, so I just glue these two pieces together. They're about the same thickness, so I try to get them aligned as flat and evenly as possible to save on sanding effort later. If everything goes well, I should be able to get 3 pairs of earrings out of this chunk. When the glue is dry, it comes out of the clamp and gets a quick sanding on each face to make sure the piece is flat and the seam is nice and smooth. You can already see that awesome olive wood grain coming out. Then I draw out a circle with the seam right in the center. And I saw out the rough shape. There's a lot being removed here, but those large cutoffs can be saved to make even more jewelry like this down the road. And the cutoffs from those can be used to make something. And the cutoffs from those can be used to make something. And the cutoffs from those can be used to make something. And the cutoffs from those can be used to make something. Anyway, now I'm sanding the sharp edges down and then measuring and marking out lines to cut this into 3 slices, each of which will become 1 pair of earrings. After cutting them out, I do a little more sanding to remove any saw marks and make sure they're as circular as possible. Once I have those 3 pieces, I drill a small hole at the top, eyeballing about the right distance from the edge for a jump ring to fit with enough clearance. And then it's back to the saw to cut them in half. I focus all of my motor skills into cutting exactly down the lines. An unsquare cutting angle in any direction is going to result in lopsided earrings. Once these pieces are cut in half, I have 3 book-matched pairs. Then it's time to sand and shape. For wood jewelry, I like things to be as simple as possible. This wood is beautiful as is, and I just want the natural colors and grain patterns to be at the forefront. But I don't want these to just be flat discs like a coin, so I'm rounding them down at the edges to give each face a subtle and gentle curved shape. I ended up putting 2 of the pairs aside for now and just focusing on one for the rest of this video. Doing this sanding by hand is kind of a tedious process, especially since the pieces are pretty small, so they can be kind of a challenge to work with. My fingers got sanded almost as much as the wood. Once the shape is where I want it, I go through the grits all the way to 3000, giving them a nice satin surface even before any finish is applied. Then, the moment we've all been waiting for. I'm using Minwax tung oil finish for these earrings. I couldn't tell you how much tung oil, if any, is actually in this stuff, but I like it either way. A couple coats and the wood just comes to life. I love that wavy grain in the olive wood. Now I find some jump rings and earring hooks. These ones are made of surgical steel, and I get these all put together. And there we are. Simple but beautiful earrings made from just a couple small wood cut-offs. Thanks for watching.